So, welcome to this week's edition of Yoga for People Who are Struggling with the Heat, also known as me. That's basically it. So, what we're going to do, and this is kind of instead of my usual weekend classes, which I can't do this week. So, I thought it'd be nice to actually pre-record something for people to do in their own time. So, we're going to run it between about 45 to 60 minutes. It will be the standard kind of mixed vinyasa flow that I usually do. And it'll just be nice to move. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off lying on your backs. And you can find anything that feels comfortable. Before you do that, remember to perhaps pop into music, grab some water, and always move in a way that suits your body. So just because I'm doing something doesn't mean that you have to play with the modifications, fiddle around. It's your body, it's your movements. I'm just here to kind of guide and chat shit. So when you're ready, find your way down the floor. And we'll take about 5 and deep breaths. You're just allowing the mind to wander. Those breaths can be as short or as long as you wish. Your body can be in any position you wish. So I put myself into something called Supta Baddha Konasana, which means laying back. Also sometimes known as butterfly pose. Maybe you're perhaps more of the starfish position, or just the feet are flat and the knees are bent. Either way, just settling. And then when you're ready, perhaps we'll allow the knees to bend fully and the feet to come flat to the floor. Arms drifting out slightly to the sides. We'll allow that swish from the right to the left with the knees, back and forth. Two to three times. Bring that wiggle of the hip and that kind of tension into the front of the pelvis and then the middle of the perhaps the back. From there, pull one knee up and then the other. Wrap the hands around and squeeze. While we exhale, take that full body stretch. Legs long, arms overhead. Again, bend the knees one by one, pull them in. This time, it's one hand per knee. Circle those thighs. Round and round. For changing sides. Pulling in once again. Round that back and then exhale, legs long. Kind of little movements like this is the active hip movement. So bring the knees up. Keep the arms resting on the ground and use the strength of your body to pull the knees in, squeeze, and then exhale. From there, pulling in just the right knee. Take that left hand and drag it across. A little twist. And back to center. Changing through to the other side. Knee up and across. Just for a moment, not left it on too long. And back. From here, you want to make your way onto all fours. And you can do that in multiple ways. You can just roll over and get there. Or perhaps you want to cradle. We can do that by bringing the knees up, hands behind, and it's that rocking up and down. Or finding way up. And then flipping over. Beautiful. So hands and knees, cat-cow it. That means to round the back, to drop the head, tuck the pelvis under. And then the belly softens, pushing down, lifting the head. Let's do 2 more. Rounding, perhaps as we inhale. Exhaling as we push down. Rounding. And then dropping. From here, we'll bring yourself onto your forearms. Have the fingers and thumbs spread wide, pressing down. And we're working to just the pelvis. So tuck under. Feel that kind of arching into the lower back. Make it slow and steady. And then tilt the other way. Seeing if we can perhaps take it a little bit further. More of a tilt. And a really slowed working back and forth. And it's this bit that's kind of pulling up. Just rounding that lower back as much as we can. Kind of making it unsticky. And then down. 2 more. And down. Last one. And then when you're ready, drift back, find the child's pose. 3 to 5 breaths here. Remembering that child's pose is generally the rest posture. If you need to take it, you take it. When you're ready, dragging yourself up, all fours. Tuck the toes and lift the hips, find your first downward dog. Perhaps allowing those heels to paddle, the hips to sway. Maybe even working into that pelvic tilt again, feeling the hamstrings working. And then paddle the feet forward to meet the hands. Soften the knees. Hand. Take that breath in to ripple up. All the way to standing. Beautiful. One more thing before we get you moving. Allow the toes to point forward. Squeeze the hips. Feel tall. Lift the arms up and forward. Exhale as you round. Arching to the upper back. Inhale, lift the arms high. And then exhale, take that lean over to the left. You're pulling up. And then over to the right. Swirling. Exhale, drop the hands. Slump the shoulders as we drop the chin. Slowly ripple down. This should be slow, it should be irritating. Working into that fine motor control, like small muscles that perhaps we don't always use. And then down. Take that breath into the belly. And ripple back. Beautiful. So good time for a drink. We're going to go into 3 sun salutations. I'm going to show the different levels, as usual. You're welcome to do the levels that you want all the way through. You know where you're at, you know where you're at. We're doing 3 cycles. And the idea is we want to move slowly, but fairly continuous and rhythmical, whatever that meant to be. So bring your feet so they're pointing forward. I generally like people to have hip distance for their feet. Shoulders heavy, but squeeze. Take that big breath in and lift the arms up. And we look to the sides. Exhale, folding. Hips back, hands forward. And that will ripple up as we inhale, flattening the back. Exhaling, hands down. Step back, find plank. Pausing. Let's drop the knees as we move. Keep the belly breathing in, and then with an exhale, elbows bend and we float down. Releasing the toes. Inhale to lift the chest, baby come. Exhale, push back and up. Downward dog. Find something that feels nice and strong. These 4 points of your little pyramid. Hips are high, we're pressing the ground away. Looking kind of towards the feet. To keep our neck nice and chilled. 3 breaths in and out. And then when you're ready, we're stepping forward. Exhaling into that forefoot. Inhaling, lift and flatten the back. Exhaling, length. Take that big breath in as we reach the arms up to the sky. And then exhale. Hands. Beautiful. Pausing there. Close the window. Perfect thing to do on a warm day. To round 2, standing tall. Breathe in, hands lift. As that breath finishes, the exhale starts and you float down. Breathing in, lift and flat. Exhaling, hands down. And plank. So you're welcome to drop the knees, or perhaps as we exhale, we're lowering all the way to the floor. That inhale lifts the chest. And then exhale, pushing back and up, downward dog. Remember, the hands and feet can move. Your positions won't always be the same. Three breaths. And then when you're ready, stepping forward. Exhaling into that fold. Inhaling, rippling up. Exhaling down. Breathing in, push the ground away with the hands up. As we look to the thumbs. Exhaling down. Down, final time. Breathe in. Look up. Exhale. Fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, plank. You can drop the knees, you can float to the floor, or perhaps with an exhale, it's halfway to that chaturanga. Before we inhale to lift into up dog, then exhale, pushing back, downward dog. Take that big breath in through the nose, and then exhale through the mouth. Knees drop, and push back, find child's pose. And settle. When you're ready, that next breath becomes you rippling up, or follows. And then we're going to work into just some little hip movements. So, first one is to open the side of the hip. Keep those elbows wrapping in. We're going to pick up left leg, keep the knee bent. Allow it to twist over to the right. It's got kind of three-legged dog vibes. And then with an exhale, perhaps we're drawing knees to elbow. A little squeeze. Exhale, kick it back. Pause. Try and keep the pelvis back into line. And then draw the knee down. Take a cat-cow. And stepping forward. Left foot to left hand. Take that rock back and forth. And here is the work. If we can, we're going to try and pick that foot up and then kick it back and down. Getting a little cat-cow. Just to alleviate anything. And it's onto the other side. We're picking rightly up. Keeping that knee bent. Or we exhale out to twist open to the left. It's got kind of dog peeing vibes. And then exhale, knee squeezing forward towards elbow. Or kicking it back. Knee drops down. Then cat-cow. Right foot to right hand. Lizard. And that shimmy back and forth. I'm just working into that kind of, groin, thigh, crotchy out. And it's back to all fours. Tuck the toes, push up, find that downward dog. Keeping the feet as wide as the body, we're going to walk the hands backwards. Going into that bound forward fold. Padangusthasana. Taking first two fingers, wrap them around the big toe. Take that inhale, and we're lifting the chest. Remember to bend the knees as much as you need to get into this place. Just because my legs are straight, it doesn't mean more as well. This is just as good. When you're ready with that exhale, we're going to allow the arms to pull you deeper. When we breathe in this position, we kind of feel the belly expand. It's that pressure that creates a bit more space. And then exhale allows you to go a little bit lower. All we're really doing is kind of rearranging the soft tissue, compressing into the abdominal cavity a bit more. And exhale. That next breath releases the fingers from the toes. When you're ready, we're going to push the ground away with the feet and gently ripple up. We're taking a little time with these roll-ups because the heat can also make you dizzier. It can change kind of your blood pressure. It makes things a bit more difficult. We don't want you to get dizzy and fall over. So again, good time for a drink. I'm going to go into some Sun B style variations. I'm going to work around and play more with the lunge than anything today. So again, bring yourself towards the front of the mat. Take a big breath in. Weight shift over to the right foot, left foot lifts. From there, we're going to exhale, step back, drop the knee into this lunge. From there, push the hips forward. Take that inhale as we lift the hands. And then exhaling, perhaps we're leaning slightly back into that crescent lunge. Next breath in, hands down. Stepping back to knees or plank with vinyasa. So lower with an exhale. Lifting into a back bend. And then exhaling, we rise. And from there, soften the knees. We look to the hands and step forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. Big breath in. Stand up. No hands this time. Shifting the weight over to the left. Take that inhale, draw the right knee up. Exhale, stepping back and down. Settle. Find a position that works for you. And then it's that breath in as we lift the hands. Pushing forward. And perhaps exhaling, tilting back. Oh, she's tighter on this side. Exhaling, hands down. It's back to knees or plank as we vinyasa again. Down, up, and back. Three breaths, maybe four, whatever you need. Pressing the ground away, finding the length and the heights in the back. When you're ready, stepping forward and letting go. Breathing in, lifting off. Exhaling, down. Inhaling, rising to standing, and pausing. So we're going to repeat that and add in some little flourishes and twists. So again, it's over to righty. Inhale, lefty draws up. Then exhale as we go back and down. Pause. This time we're taking the hand straight up. Breathe in. Find heights. And then exhale, we're twisting to the right, so to the left hand forward, right hand back. Breathe in once again. Exhale, try and find some more distance, some more reach. Before taking left hand down, right hand up, twisting this. Then next exhale, cartwheels, it's down. It's back to knees or plank, vinyasa. Down, up, and back. On breath. in, forward, out and down. Halfway, lower. Reach the body up. And again, it's shifting the weights. Left foot. Inhale, right knee rises. Exhale back and down. Settle. That big breath lifts the body up. We find heights. And then exhale, twist to the left as right hand forward, left hand back. And exhale, perhaps going for a little more reach. From there, right hand goes down, left hand goes up. We're cartwheeling. Down. Stepping back. And vinyasa. Down. Up. And back. 3 breaths. Yeah, maybe 3 breaths in child's pose if you wish. Breathing deeply into the belly. Finding that shape that works for you. Perhaps the knees want to be softer, so we can stick the hips higher. When you're ready, we're stepping forward as we're breathing in. And exhaling, letting go. Inhale, halfway left. Exhaling down. Next breath, rising, standing. So this third round, we're going to repeat, but bring you up into a high lunge. If you don't want to do that, just take it kneeling. It's all the same shit. Literally, it's just either knee up or knee down. So standing tall, shifting weights to rights. Inhale, lifting left knee. Exhale, perhaps a slightly bigger step back. Find your high lunge. Feet should be as wide as the hips. Let's keep both knees soft, no knees. Both knees soft. The arms are lifting up. Breathing in. Exhale, twisting to the right. Not there long before we take that breath. Hands down into your twisting method. Welcome to drop the knee if you want. For swirling, lefty down. It's back. And that vinyasa. Down, up, and back. One breath. Inhaling forward, exhaling, folding and relaxing. Lifting, and then letting go. Push the ground away and rise to standing. Good. From there, we're pushing over to the left. We're lifting the knee up and stepping back. High lunge. Excellent. Inhaling, hands rise. Exhaling, twisting to the left. Beautiful. And then from there, taking that hand to the floor. Reaching up. Then swirling down and around before stepping back. Now find a little vinyasa, so lower how you wish with an exhale. Lifting up with an inhale. Driving back, up and high. When you're ready, knees down. Drop the hips. Find child's pose. Just settling the body down. Taking a few breaths there. When you're ready, we're rippling up. All fours. From there, we're going to gate pose and a twisted gate pose. So stepping left leg out. Find that inner thigh stretch. Take that rock back and forth. Perhaps the hands want to move so we have more space. And then settling. Take the weight into the right hand. It's left hand lifting up. And then with an exhale, perhaps the elbow drops. You can then continue it under and allow the shoulder and maybe the head to. From there, unraveling back to all fours. Other side, which I have to turn for. So righty sticks out. Find that inner thigh stretch. Go as wide as you need to. And finding that stillness, it's the right hand lifting up. Exhaling down. Again, we can slide it under, allowing that shoulder and maybe the head to. Or we unravel. Making your way back to all fours. Tucking the toes. Lifting to downward dog. Feet as wide as the body, hands are walking backwards. Hanging heavy. So you're welcome to go into your bound fold as before. It's kind of fingers around toes. Or perhaps you want to go a bit deeper into what's called Pada Hastasana. And that just means hand to foot. So from here, we would lift one foot, slide the hand under, palm so, kind of looking for toes towards wrists, but it doesn't really matter that much. And then the other side. Take a breath in. You want to think about kind of a lift of the chest rather than actually moving it. And when you're ready, that exhale allows you to just relax down. The weights, whenever the pressing down on the arms, takes a stretch in towards the shoulders gently, that subscapular area. And when you're ready, let's release the hands on the foot. And you're hanging nice and heavy, perhaps softening the knees even further. From there, perhaps going into your ragdoll, so it's hands to shoulders, hands to elbows. Or for a deeper stretch through the neck and the cervical spine, it's hands to the back of the head, a gentle dragging down. Before releasing whatever you've got hold of. Breathing into the belly and take a nice, slow and steady ripple up. Pausing for any dizziness. Again, grab a drink if you need to. Bring yourself towards the front, center of the mat. Do a little balance, we hope. The first thing we're going to do is just a classic tree pose. Your Vrksasana. So stand tall. Make sure those toes are pressing into the ground. We're getting that lifting of the arches of the feet. Allowing the body to press over to lefty. Said lefty, so let's do lefty. We're allowing your right foot to pick up. So either it wants to come to the ankle, maybe to the calf, or perhaps you're going to wedge it up into the thigh. Look to the middle distance, so probably don't look at me. Look beyond the screen. Keep that height. Pressing the standing leg into the ground to feel the hip working, or squeezing the right butt cheek to pull the knee out to the side. Hands maybe want to come to the chest, or out to the side of the body. Height of the foot really doesn't matter, it's just that focus on bringing the right knee slightly further back and out. Then when you're ready, let's breathe in and release the foot. Exhale, stamp it down. Shifting the weight over onto right knee. That breath draws the left foot either to the ankle, calf, or again, or are we? Wedging it into the thigh. So there's pressure against the foot and the leg. That standing leg's pressing into the ground. The height, squeezing the butt cheeks to pull that knee out. When we feel settled, we can set the hands up into this mudra, chest, or out to side. I'm taking we're taking those roughly 3-ish breaths in the pose. And then when you're ready, breathing in to release, exhale, stamp it down. Take a half flow, so it's up with the arms. Exhale down, folding. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, letting go. From there, breathing into standing. Beautiful. I'm going to work into a sitting tree, if you want. If not, you're welcome to repeat tree again, or just skip it. So pushing weight onto the lefty. This time, instead of on the side of the thigh, we're going to bring your right foot either in front of the calf or in front of the thigh. This is extra fun, and you're sweaty, and it's not helpful. We're trying to bind those slightly together. We can stay here. Hands out to the sides, often quite a nice cue. Or perhaps with that next breath in, we can soften the knee, push the hip back, and just bring that work into the hip. Go as low as you want. Breathing in and out steadily. And when you're ready, perhaps an inhale as we lift, and exhale to release and stand. Other side. Beautiful. So drawing your lefty across the calf, or maybe across the thigh. This is a perfect place to be. Maybe this is as much work as we need. Again, you're welcome to bend the knee, push the hip back. Finding softness in the hip and strength. And then breathing in to lift, exhale, stamping down. This time we're taking a full vinyasa. Arms up and down. Let's step back to find height. Lower how you wish. Lift and draw back. Pausing in that downward dog. Lift the right leg up. Bend the knee and allow the hip to twist to open or stepping it back down. Lifting lefty, knee opening, body twisting, and then back down. Knees drop, full force. Fabulous. So we're going to do two things, two shapes. We're doing dolphin and tiger. That's both animals. So tiger first. And we start off in this all-four position, hands and knees. Elbows are wrapping back. And what we're doing is looking to strengthen both the core and allow some openness through hips and shoulders. So it's opposites. Let's go with lefty kicking back first. Toes point down, keep it at hip heights. For extending right arm forward. Find thumb up can actually be a bit nicer situation with the shoulder. Look forward or slightly down. Feel as if we're being lifted through the belly button. Like you're strung up like a Christmas ornament. From here, we can go a little bit deeper by bending that knee and maybe with an exhale, reaching hand back. Even if you don't get to the foot, simply reaching for it is a strong way to actually allow the body to get into that eventually. One more breath. Or releasing. Long. Hand and knee drops. Take a little shimmy, whatever you want. Then to the other side. It's right leg kicking back. Toe down, leg in line with butt. Lefty pointing forward. Again, stop that kind of boot tilt. We're trying to pull up from the belly. And then reaching back, extending, holding. You get that pull through the tit and into the hip. For one more, we're trying to lift up. And then releasing, long. Hands and knee down. Triple back, child's pose, and settle. And from there, rippling up, coming onto your forearms. So you're welcome to go palms down. Thumb touching is a quite nice place to get the spacing correct. Elbows underneath hips. If you feel uncertain about the strength of your shoulders, interlace your fingers, find a fist. So we're making a little triangle tripod. Encourage your body to press the ground away. So find that upper back working. From there, toes tuck. Take a big breath in and rise. Keep the forearms pressing you away, so we're lifting the head from the floor. We can make it slightly more stressful on the shoulders by allowing your feet to walk you forward whilst we're continuing to press. Or maybe you want a bit more core work. We do that by walking the body backwards. Either or. Find somewhere that feels okay-ish. By that I mean it's going to be a challenge. Keep those shoulders pressing away. Then exhale, knees down. Release the fingers, whatever you've got, and then ripple back to do it one more time. So again, assume the position that works for you. Tuck the toes, press the ground away, and lift up. So maybe you want to stay in the kind of traditional dolphin, both feet down. Maybe you'd like to attempt to lift one leg up. Try and keep the shoulders and the hips balanced. Changing sides. Call this a flipper. And then knees drop. Again, back in child's pose. From there, we're going to come up onto your knees. Repeat that Charlie's Angels that we did previously. So knees kind of underneath hips. Ensure that back side's engaged. Hands up to shoulders. Reach forward around that back. While lifting. Exhaling. We can either interlace the fingers behind the butt or just hold on to the lower back. Either way, we'll try and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Push down just a touch. And then we're releasing. Once again to all fours. You have the option to vinyasa. If you don't want to vinyasa, don't. Either way, meet as in downward dog. If you're vinyasing, you with me, so it's plank and then down into a back bend. Back to downward dog. Let's work with your right leg first, kicking up three-legged dog. Exhale, stepping forward, rising to that high lunge once again. Knees soft, feel shoulders heavy, hands facing forward. Take that breath into the belly as we try and squeeze the back. Feel that lift of the chest. One more breath here before we inhale. Hands lift up. Exhale, twisting out. And we do that by dropping the left heel. Find your warrior two pose. So hips to side, hands to shoulders, and then keep your head in line with your chest. We're going to flow through your reverse warrior side angle sequence. So knees strong, body spreading. Inhale, forward to the right. Exhale, up. That next breath draws your forearm to thumb. Left arm up into side angle. From there, inhaling, reaching forward, doing a big swoop down and around. Beautiful. Looking to the right foot. Inhale, two. Two more like that. So exhale to ground. Inhale forward. Exhale up. Next breath in. Forearm to thumb. Settle. And when you're ready, swallow. Look to the right foot for drawing yourself back, warrior two. Third and final time, inhale forward, exhale, up. And breathing in, forearm to thigh, left hand to sky. This time as we take that swirl round, forward and down, releasing the hand to the floor. Allow the body to twist. Right hand comes down, left knee into that lizard. Push the body forward, find that stretch into the thighs, hips and groin. And when you're ready, slide your butt backwards. Allow that right leg to extend. And the back. Rippling forwards. It's back to all fours. Again, optional vinyasa, if not, downward dog. Up, down, back bend, hips up. Left leg lifting. Or exhaling to step forward. Rise. Find that lunge. Knees bent. Shoulders heavy, hands forward. Breathing in, we take that squeeze back to lift the chest. And when you're ready, that inhale's lifting the hands. Exhale, twisting to the right as we drop that right heel. Warrior two. So take your time to find a good position. That bend of the knee, hip, and body to the side. And then we've got those three little floats. So inhale forward, exhale up. That next breath draws forearm to thigh, right hand to sky. Or flouncing it forward, swirling down and around. Looking to the left foot, a breath finds you back to warrior two. Exhale to ground. And inhaling forward, exhaling up. Breathing in, forearm to thigh. Right hand up. Inhale, swirls it forward. Flouncing back. Finding warrior two. Final little flounce. Forward. Up. Side angle. Forearm to thigh. Right hand to sky. For circling it forward and down. Pivoting. Finding hands, dropping knees. Allow the body to kind of push forward. The knee can sway out if you wish into this passive lizard. And then that next breath allows you to drop back. We lengthen the leg, allow the back to round. And rippling forward. Draw yourself back, all fours. Child's pose. Breathing in, we rise, skip the vinyasa. Lifting, downward dog. Stepping forward. Exhaling down. Inhale, rising. Again, drink if you need it. I do, because my room's about 30 degrees right now. So last little kind of standing sequence, and then it's child time. So we're going to repeat the sides without switching sides. That'll make sense in a second. From here, we're stepping left foot back, halfway. So we're into a trikonasana. So we want straight legs and we want wobbly hips. Hands to shoulders. From there, flouncing, right hand forward. That left hip's going to pop back or as far as you can, and then swan dive down. So either hand to knee, calf, block, foot, or floor. We're looking for one long line, hand to hand. You look to either thumb. And the aim for this is actually to try and find pressure and twisting to the ribs as well. From there, let's look to our right foot. Take a big breath in as we rise. Got my hands to hips, turn feet to the side. And from here, I'm actually encouraging everyone to take a slightly wider stance before turning the toes out, about 30 degrees for a goddess pose. Breathe into the belly. Let exhale, let's bend the knees, drop the hips. Hands come up, and the elbows drop. You can stay here. Or maybe you want a bit more challenge, so we lift the heels, sink a little lower. Maybe you don't, maybe the heels are down. Okay. And when you're ready, let's exhale. Ground the heels if they're up, straight. We're turning our feet parallel. Or for deeper position, slightly pigeon-toed, working into that prasarita. Hands to hips. Big breath in. Exhale, push your arms backwards, chest leans forward. When you're ready, you can release the hands to the legs, more to the floor. Remember to soften the knees if it's too much. And just allow the body to settle. A few more breaths. When you're ready, weight to the fingertips, lift halfway. Exhale here. Inhale, engage that backside and rise to stand. Beautiful. From there, we're going to turn left foot out. Take a slight step, right foot forward. So we've got that Trikonasana stance once again. Hands to shoulders. Reaching left knee forward, right hip pops back. Then exhale down. Working into that twist. One long line, hand to hand. If you find this top arm's too much, you can drop it to the hip and kind of work with that shoulder and elbow focus. Whatever you need. When you're ready, we're all going to look to left foot and we're going to inhale, rise. Again, turn the feet to the side. Take them wide. We're going to work for a passive goddess this time. So feet turn out. Take that breath in, knees bend, hips drop. Perhaps not as high as before. Instead of the arms going up and dropping, we're taking them behind the head. This time as we exhale, the elbows can drop forward, the chin tucks in, getting that stretch. The cervical spine into the shoulders. And breath in, release to stand. Final time for that prasarita, so let's turn the toes inwards. We're going to start with something stronger. So with that next breath, you can either take your hands behind your back and binding, or maybe just hold on to your forearms, either or. Big breath in. Push the hips back, body falls forward. Maybe you want to lift the arms up and over. Then releasing the hands, allow them to make their way to the floor or the feet or the leg. And when you're ready with your next breath in, lifting the chest up. Weight to the fingertips, turn the right foot towards the top of the mat, walk the hands round, and lizard, then plank, final little vinyasa. So down, up, and back, downward dog. From there, let's go to your backside. A little Janu Shursasana. So, find sitting bones. Maybe you need a cushion or a block. And if this is not good for you, bend the knees. All we want is height in the spine to begin with, okay? Taking left foot towards the inside of the right thigh. Sit tall, lift the arms up. Twist, exhale, towards that foot. So we're aiming for calf, ankle, all the foots. And we shouldn't be at full stretch. There should be some give, so we can almost draw ourselves forward. And when you're ready, that breath in lifts you up. Over counts, twist those right foot to left arm, twisting around. Back to center, change sides. Right foot in, setting tall. Inhale, lift, twist, and fold. Oh. Again, calf, ankle, foot. Use a strap if you want. There's not always that need to overreach. That's when you need a nice position to do your feet in massage. And separating the toes and whatnot. And breathing in. Take that twist. And to thigh. Reaching around. Oh. And then draw yourself into little cross-legged position. And go this way so it makes sense. So in your cross-legged position, all I want you to do is just fall forward. Bounce, we're rounding the back. When you're ready, body comes up. And you're going to make your way to lying on your back. Take a few breaths. You need two more active poses, some breathing and then some final stretching. So we're going to work into a bridge pose. Get your feet slightly wide in the hips, maybe the toes to an arm stretch. Bending of the knee. And the heels are quite close to your backside. That's what we want. Hands to the floor. Take that big breath in as we lift. Keep the forearms and the upper arms pressing down to get height. And then exhaling down. Allow the knees to switch from side to side. Pulling the knees up. Give a squeeze in. And then release. So keep the hands down on the floor by the side. Pull the knees up. We're trying to keep that back nice and flat. So the belly's pushing down. This might be all you want to do. I'm going to work for a bit more fire, kind of working into the strength of the quads and the length of the hamstrings. We can exhale, push the heels up, pull the toes down. And the hands are there for stability and support. Just one more breath. And when you're ready, let's exhale, bend the knees. One hand per knee, circle those thighs. And then release. Find something that feels comfortable. It might be feet together, knees apart. It might be long. It can be a random shape, whatever you want. I'd encourage you and invite you to perhaps place your hands onto your ribs or your belly so you can kind of feel the motion of the breath. And what I'm going to ask you to work with, and you can completely skip this, entirely optional, concentric breath. What that means is where we match the length of the inhale to the length of the exhale. So perhaps we breathe in for 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 3, 2. Inhale. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. We can try and draw that out and lengthen it. Perhaps do 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, Truthfully, the count or the length doesn't matter. It's simply the act of the concentration, that focus of matching, keeping the length the same. Breathe through your nose or breathe through your mouth, no matters. And then allowing the breath to return to something that doesn't require any thought, something natural. Let's bend the knees, bring the feet flat to the floor. Allow them to drift over to the right. Feel that center pull into the left and the left roll back. Back to center. Over to the other side. From there, lifting up. Pull the knees up into the chest. Give them a squeeze. Exhale, full body stretch. Pulling that right knee up, holding with both hands. Then guiding it over to the left. Just settling there, breathing into the space. And then back to center. Extending the legs. Let's lift left knee up. Holding it. Then dragging it over. Back to center. Pull both knees in this time. Give everything a nice tight squeeze. And then exhale. Release your body. Find your final kind of place of rest, your shavasana. So something comfortable. Any position you want. Perhaps allowing the eyes to close, those senses to withdraw. The breath softens. Just let the body be fully supported by the floor. allowing the breath to deepen. Bring the body back into focus. With our breath, we perhaps invite some movements, maybe a bend, a twist, or a stretch. And when you're ready, choose a side. Be left or right, roll into it. Or making your way to a comfortable seated position. Sit tall, kind of enjoy the weight of the body. So thank you. Thank you for taking the time, for watching this and putting up with me and saying namaste. We hope that you